Well, hello, America. You surprised me there for a second. I will probably never write a book on parenting, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But with 4 kids, there is one thing that I know pretty well, and that is no. I got saying no down. If you've got kids, you know exactly what I mean. Mom, I want Frosted Flakes because Michael Phelps eats them. No. Dad, I want a puppy. No. Mom, Dad said we could have a puppy. No, I didn't, honey. And it goes on and on and on. So here's the point tonight. If our leaders could govern more like parents than politicians, we might actually have gotten out of this financial crisis, or here's a better idea, we might not have ever gotten in. And here's how I got there. Let me play a little, Dr. Phil scenario for a second. You got 2 kids. One of them is always acting out, throwing temper tantrums, demanding exotic pets. I want a cockatoo. What? And the other one is just a little angel. One day, you decide that the best way to stop your Satan child from acting out is to give him everything he wants. I want candy. Sure. A kitten. No problem. But meanwhile, even as you hand out all the stuff to the demon boy, you give your angel child squat. In fact, you take some of your angel child's candy and give it to demon boy. Well, what do you think's going to happen? Will your devil boy stop asking for stuff and start acting like the angel? Or will your angel child turn into the devil because she realized, wait a minute, he's getting all my stuff. I mean, break the rules and you get good stuff, I'm in. The answer is obvious, but for some reason, ideas that work so well, in our homes, laughed at when they're applied to Washington. Oh, you people from the center of the country, you're just so small thinkers, There's hardly a person left now who doesn't believe that the government is soon going to take over Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, along with their $5.4 trillion in loans. But there's also hardly left a politician who thinks that's not a good idea. Okay, so here's what you need to know tonight. When you reward bad behavior, be it with a new pet hamster or a massive federal bailout, you encourage other people to copy that behavior. This isn't some far-flung macroeconomic principle, it's common sense. The millions of Americans who have played by the rules, have you lived within your means? Did you save your money? Do you now feel like you're being punished with rates on your savings that don't even match inflation? Do you feel like you're going to be punished through higher taxes because we've had to bail somebody else out? Meanwhile, our devil child brother or sister are getting rewarded with free stuff from the government. So what do you think's going to happen next? Are all of those companies and greedy homeowners, suddenly going to change, and act like angels? Or are all the people who have done the right things over the years going to start thinking, you know what? I mean, this isn't worth it. Maybe the best way to get the American dream is by taking the shortcut. Carl Denninger, he is a trader, founder of the market ticker blog, and inspiration behind a new grassroots group called FedUpUSA. And actually, you are the inspiration. You're not the guy who started this, right?
That's right. Yeah, I run the market ticker site, and there were a significant number of people who have read the blog and also are participants on the ticker forum, which is an interactive internet forum. And we all kind of got together and said, we've had enough of this.
Yeah. What did you write that everybody connected with?
We've been doing petitions for about 6 or 7 months, and when Bear Stearns was bailed out, we finally had a relatively small group of people that said, you know what, we have to get out there and get in the streets and start protesting about this because this is just out of control. And if we don't stop it, we're going to get the kind of things that we're getting now, like Fannie and Freddie, for example.
Right. And it's going to get even worse. You say that actually what's coming now is a hidden tax on credit cards, student loans, car loans, everything, that the good people are paying a hidden tax. Explain.
Yeah, it's actually much worse than it appears. Fannie and Freddie have about 10% of their portfolio that is comprised of garbage. It's loans that were given to speculators, people that lied about their income. They don't talk about that. They claim that this is all about helping sustainable homeownership. That's part of the truth, but that's not why they're in trouble. And so now they're screaming that they want a bailout. The problem is that if the government comes in and does that, what's going to happen is the cost of government credit will go up, and everything else is referenced off of that. So you've seen the Federal Reserve has cut their interest rates. It went from 5.5% down to 2% recently. That was all fine and well, but mortgage rates haven't gone down at all. Well, why not? Because, in fact, what's happening is the risk is being put back into the system, and people are saying, you know what? There is no such thing as a free lunch, so we're going to charge you a little more. So your savings rate goes way down. You can't get anything on a savings account or on a CD, but your credit card rate goes up. Your interest rate on your mortgage goes up. Who's this helping?
Yeah. Let me
Obviously not you.
Carl, let me ask you this, because honestly, if I didn't know better and I was just, the average person, I would start at this point saying, why am I working so hard? Why not just get on the gravy train? Because I keep getting screwed by trying to do the right thing. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were both talking. We were joking about it. We were like, I shouldn't have worried about my credit. Why did I buy? I should have bought a house twice this size, and I could have gotten bailed out.
Well, the problem is that at the end of the game, nobody can get bailed out because the money simply isn't there. And that's what we're looking at right now. That's what's happening in the financial system. You give people liar loans, the person that makes $8 an hour cutting hair, and they buy a $500,000 house. This is all great as long as you can find a bigger sucker who will pay more for the house.
There are no bigger suckers
eventually
left. You run out of suckers.
The problem is eventually you run out of suckers, and now you got this problem. And so the prices have to come back to sustainable levels, which is 3 times average incomes. And that's going to happen whether we want it to or not.
Okay.
All we're arguing over now is who gets the bill.
Okay, Carl, thanks a lot. Now, whenever